Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Well, we have a single mission here, so I guess we should probably go ahead and take it. It's a 4.5 skill mission. It is a battle on Martian terrain, so we're going to go ahead and give it a go. Now, looking at the pay, 1.6 million sea bills is quite substantial. However, 2 full mechs at this level of tonnage, I'm thinking that we're going to have some very heavy mechs to salvage. So I think we're going to focus on that. So let's look at the details and just make sure that we are right. Commander, we are planning a joint patrol operation with our allies in a dangerous region of the planet. We're expecting trouble, but these joint exercises are part of a larger diplomatic effort, and it's critical that they succeed. We'd like you to provide some additional firepower to ensure that both our lands and our allied lands complete their patrol and evac intact. We're expecting major enemy resistance, so plan for a heavy drop. Okay, so they want us to bring the big guns. Alright, I'll let Yang know he's going to want to watch. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and we're taking all of the salvage. We're going to be able to purchase ourselves, or at least hopefully salvage ourselves, a decent chunk of mech. So first things first, let's just shuffle down some of our pilots. I think keeping our Annihilator is probably a decent call. We get some very nice bonus damage thanks to our BSC system, that ballistic compensators and whatnot. Yes, ballistic siege compensators, that's what they're called. That will be particularly good. We need a minimum of 280 tons and a minimum of 40 tons for our mech. Yep, that is a thing. Let's throw... You know what? I'm thinking Archangel's probably a good call for this. Extra heat cooling could be useful, and some damage reduction will never go astray. Let's bring out... let's see. Well, we're going to bring out our Marauder 2R. That thing is heat efficient for days. The heat generation we're going to have in this battle should be fairly minimal. That will work out well. Our Gauss rifle will do phenomenally. So that's that. Let's also see... what else could we bring? We probably don't want to go less than 75 tons. Technically, yes, we could go with less, but again, we're doing pretty well as far as our mechs are concerned. Let's see, our Atlas, we could destroy some things, but again, we would also like to salvage the King Crab, lots of SRMs. That is possible. That is possible. Let's see, our Banshee, that's very up close and personal with melee. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the best. Oh, you know what? We could bring out our Highlander. Now, that's not a bad plan. Yeah, so I don't think we've... Oh, that's right. We did upgrade it a little bit from off the get-go. We gave it a modified Gauss rifle so it has less tonnage and critical spaces. We've got some pulses, some SRMs, LRMs and whatnot. I think this could be a good thing to try on out. In fact, yeah, let's go ahead and throw that onto Archangel. That should do nicely. That should do very well indeed. And then what else? Well, we have the jump jets, the rangefinder, medium lasers, pulses and whatnot. Yeah, that thing could get a little bit warm. And then our final one, maybe we bring... No, the Black Knight wouldn't do too badly either. Yeah. Are we happy with that? We are going to be in a Martian biome. That wouldn't give us any LRMs. I suppose we could technically bring along the Zeus. The Zeus would be a good choice for LRMs. Fairly heat efficient. But I think if we're just going to go ahead and try and maximize salvage, maybe... Actually, yeah, maybe the Zeus is a good call. I think the Zeus might be able to allow us to multi-target a few things, strip down some evasion, potentially knock something over in conjunction with the Annihilator. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go ahead and take. So, question is, how are we doing? Yeah, heat efficiency is probably going to be the thing that we need here on the Highlander. So I guess we'll give that there, although, you know what, it does have the Gauss rifle. I was just trying to figure out if breaching shot would be a useful thing elsewhere instead of on the Annihilator. You know what? No, I think we're going to stick as is. We'll see how that goes. We could always split off our attacks and get a breaching shot there, just in case we need to make sure that we do some good stability damage. But all in all, I think that will work well. Do we want to boost up our initiative anywhere else? I don't think we do. Let's go ahead and deploy.
MechWarriors, prepare for combat.
And let's prepare for a very big battle. 2 lances aside would be my guess, and that's before they could even call in reinforcements. You never know what they're up to. Alright, so as we've already kind of read the reasoning for everything, we don't need to worry about that. All that we need to double check is our objective. Yep, funnily enough, defend our friendly lance and destroy enemy forces. It's going to be straightforward, so let's not waste any time here.
Command interface initiated.
Let's jump on down. Alright. Commander, we are looking at a complex, messy situation here. Our primary objective is to assist the destruction of a Capellan lance, which we believe is in this area. We're also going to need to protect a Davian lance and an allied Lyran lance. In theory, they're the big ones doing... they're the ones doing all the work. In practice, assume the worst. Once the primary target is down, we'll need to get our friends to their own evac zones before leaving ourselves. Once this... this one looks like a catastrophe waiting to happen, so keep your eyes peeled, Commander. Good luck. Alright, okay, so the Federated Suns, Argo Actual, this is the Davian Lance Captain. Good to have you with us. Once our operation is complete, we'll move to our evac LZ and wait for extraction while you cover us. Captain, this is Argo Actual. Understood. Let's get this done. Argo Actual, Davian Lance Captain. Our allied lance has arrived in the AO and will be assisting with our primary objectives. Captain Argo Actual, we copy. Let's wreck some metal. Alright, so we have lots of friends that we're trying to get to evac, I assume. Realistically, yeah. They've got to get to safety. We've got some Capellan forces to destroy. 3 whole lances. We're going to be in for the firefight of our lives. Looks like they've got some cataphracts, which are very helpful to us, being friendly. They have an Orion. That's always a good mech. A couple of those. And then, what else do we see? An awesome 8T. So I believe that's LRMs. Yep, that's good. A Marauder 3R, a Jaeger mech, and an Archer. Okay, so we've got a decent chunk of LRMs on our side. Yeah, I think we will do okay. Let's run... Oh, good grief, that's a long way for us to go. Future evac zones across the board. That's where our quarry lies. Let's head to the top of the hill and see what awaits us, because...
Acknowledged.
It's gonna get hectic, I am certain. Alright, let's bring our Zeus... You know, the Zeus isn't too necessary to be up forwards.
Well, what do we have here?
And of course we had to make contact with the enemies. So, 65-ton mech, that's our first trouble. Alright, let's move over here. We'll see if we can maybe get some of our friends to take some of the offensive fire, and then we can snipe some targets. I think that's the way that we're going to try and make this work for us. I really didn't want to have initiative start this round. I was hoping for one more so we could get into position. But alas and alack, it is what it is. Alright, so... Looks like we have a 70-ton mech coming our way. That could be an Archer, a Grasshopper. There's really far too many options here. But for now, I doubt they'll be taking us out. Again, we just have to make sure that the that one survives from each lance. So it's not the be-all and end-all if one of 2 of them goes down. Although, of course, we would prefer keeping as many friends as possible. There's always great benefit to having the action economy. Alright, you're playing defensively, everybody else is shuffling around. What do we reckon? Maybe a 65-ton mech? Oh no, there's a 75-ton. Alright, well, I don't know how that Archer's going to do, but I'm hoping it sticks around for a bit. Yeah, it looks like no crazy amount of damage, although, yeah, we'll see. Alright, so we have a Warhammer 6D hanging on out in a radiation field. Oh, that's good. That'll keep that thing nice and toasty. There's a 70-ton mech, a 65, and a 75.
Commander?
Let's bring... Well, there's nothing our Annihilator can do. No, we'd be able to see if we could get shots at the first one. So let's move... Do we just move on up and see if we can scout ourselves an enemy?
I'm your spaniel.
Our Highlander could probably do something similar. Maybe get some eyes on some extras. Although we do have LRMs, so that could be...
How might I help?
worth saving. Let's see, our Zeus, that's not going to open up much in the way of opportunity either.
Ready for orders.
And our Marauder... Well, I guess that's not a bad shot to start off with, hey? Maybe take away their ability to fire off some LRMs, short of those that they've sensor locked. You know what, I think that's probably the best thing for our Lance. Let's shuffle on up.
Location confirmed.
We'll make that work. Let's go for a precision strike and see if we can remove this Warhammer nice and early. This thing does have the optimized capacitors, so all of these energy weapons are going to hit just that little bit harder. But 95 across the board, very minimal heat gain. I think we're good.
Affirmative.
Alright, let's see how we do. Oh, not good enough. Okay, well that's
That hit
unfortunate.
something good.
We would prefer that to have been a kill, but it is what it is. They're welcome to fire off some shots anytime they wish.
Standing by.
Let's bring our Annihilator. I guess we move up to the forefront.
Acknowledged.
May as well get some of the armor up there, because we're going to take a hit.
Commander?
The Highlander, let's see. I guess we could do some damage, but the question is it worth doing a little bit now? Or doing a lot later? I think we're going to prefer to get this onto the next turn, so let's go as far forwards as we can. That'll open up some extra targeting information. Yeah.
Got it, Commander.
Again, I do not want our Marauder to be the focus. Alright, so it looks like they have an Orion of their own, a Grasshopper, a Warhammer, and whatever that is there.
Reporting.
Alright, let's bring the Zeus. Let's travel... You know what? It's not going to make that much of a difference. Let's just go ahead and
Moving out.
we'll get in. Yeah, we'll get in the line, and then we'll go ahead and fire off. Say, I don't know. Oh, we can get shots at the Orion. That's good. We can put a shot on the Grasshopper. Let's maybe do. You know what? We'll just go for a bit of a multi-target. I think we'll go ahead and aim as much as we can at the Grasshopper. Yeah, alright, so we'll fire off, oh sorry, I was thinking I had the Archer with the LRM-5, 20 and 15, but no, it's two 15s and a 10. We send the 10 to the Orion, and then the two 15s we'll send to the Grasshopper. We'll see if we can break this down again. The Orion is worth more in salvage, so it's what we'll do.
Locking on target.
Also, the only reason why we're splitting fire is to make sure that our allies have the greatest chance possible with potential salvos as well. Alright, Commander, I'm seeing an inbound Leopard with Capellan livery, making its destination for you. Alright, we're going to have extra company soon. This is going to get hectic. I do like our position though, we've got good line of sight.
Standing by.
Alright, let's move our Marauder. I think we'll go... I reckon we can probably get by with ignoring that Warhammer right there. Let's maybe take... Let's see, the Gauss rifle is the only thing that we can get over there. I really would prefer to take out that Orion, but I guess there's not much we can do. Let's just move somewhere relatively safely. I think we'll go... Actually, can we get eyes on that the Grasshopper back there? 85%. You know what? I think that's probably good enough. Let's go for the Grasshopper. That thing moves sooner than the Warhammer, but it'll still be the same amount of salvage. So we'll take out that pilot. He will also have jump jets, so he could be a little bit harder to pin down. So let's go for that cold headshot on the Grasshopper.
This should be good.
Alright, how do we do? Lethal damage? Excellent.
Target eliminated.
That Warhammer must be our... oh, go with browning his pants, as he's already taken a salvo and we were zipping right over his cockpit. I'm sure he's not feeling too good. Alright, looks like our Annihilator is taking targets, which is what we wanted.
Holding firm.
Thunderbolt moving on up. Ooh, okay. Another pilot there who can shoot and then move. Yeah, these guys are no slouch. Alright, good news is our early damage to that Warhammer is paying off. That thing is moving a little bit slower and a little bit more busted up. Not a huge amount of LRMs. I'm thinking maybe... Oh, wait a second. Oh no, that is the Orion. Never mind. I was thinking that was the 65-ton mech, but of course, that's the Thunderbolt. Alright, Alright, I guess that makes sense, trying to put some damage on the big man. He does have some very, very nice...
Receiving you.
some very nice damage if we so desire. Alright, I'm thinking what we do is, let's aim at the... Well, you know what, the Thunderbolt would work, but I think we can do better against the Warhammer. We can definitely guarantee that it dies no matter what happens. We'll still aim for the headshot, but I think that that's probably the best way to go. Again, we do know we have enemies moving on in, so yeah, putting some defense for that Marauder will be handy. Let's go precision strike, aim at the Warhammer. Let's go for the headshot. See what damage we can cause.
Got it.
Alright, and we got that lethal damage. Fantastic.
That's a kill.
Alright, either way, that thing was pretty much toast. With all of that autocannon fire, there was very little hope for him.
Ready for orders.
Alright, with the Highlander, let's see, what have we got? We've got 26 resolve.
What's the plan?
We do have our Zeus. I'm thinking... I guess maybe we just focus everything we've got on the Thunderbolt. Yeah, 95% across the board. Yeah, I see no reason not to unleash some fury. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and open fire. I would really love to get eyes on that Orion, but, you know, it is what it is.
Certainly. Solid connection on that one.
Alright, critical on that. That will be nice. No, LRM's not working quite as well. Let's see. If we make that pop, in fact, we can get an SRM ammo explosion, which would be an injury. Loss of torso, that would be 2. Yeah, we could,
Yes, Commander.
we could make things work for us. Alright, let's see. What have we got? Where is our... Oh, our jump jets can, in fact, give us a line of sight to the Orion, and I think that that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Let's, yeah, let's see what we can get done. Alright, so the Orion, we can only fire off our LRM-20, which I think we will. Everything else we can go ahead and, well, we can rip that Thunderbolt to shreds. Again, we're just trying to cut down some of this evasiveness so our allies can work well.
Engaging. Multiple targets.
Alright, solid stability damage there from that Gauss rifle. That's always good to see. Oh, and that Capellan Leopard is arriving, Commander. More friends coming to the party, I bet. Alright, reinforcements aren't part of our contract. Engage at your discretion, but keep those friendlies alive. Roger that. Alright. Let's see. We have our Cataphract slowly trundling its way forwards. I will say, for a lance we need to defend, having all of the extra, what do we call it, stealth charges is going to be phenomenal for keeping them alive, especially if they're LRM heavy. 60-ton mech, not too concerned at that.
Receiving you.
Let's move... that Thunderbolt might get ideas, but I wouldn't mind salvaging this thing either. Is there a position where we can shoot at both and keep a bit of distance on this thing? I'm not sure if we necessarily can. You know what? Let's go ahead and reserve. We'll let this Thunderbolt have its day. Yeah, if it attacks our Highlander, we should be safe. The Marauder should be good at distance. I think Yeah, this is just making sure that we don't take any unnecessary damage to our, well, believe it or not, one of our lighter mechs.
Yep.
Alright, and it's still their turn. Alright, well, you know what? I think we can cope fairly well with things right now. Let's go ahead and... yeah, I think we just let them come to us. Yeah. I don't think we're going to gain too much from moving Rannoch right now, so let's keep Headhunter safe. We'll let our other friends maybe do some of the scouting for us. I don't know. Sensor locking, any other skills could be very useful. Alright, couple of stray shots. Well played there.
So far, so good.
Alright, let's see what the oh no. Let's see what the Orion does. After... yeah. Alright, ammo explosion. Excellent. That's that destroyed, and pilot is incapacitated. Alright, this is good. We're saving our position here. Oh. Alright. That is not too surprising.
Heavy damage.
Yeah, the fact that we've been able to get some headshots on pilots, and we are the lightest mech, we're definitely going to be a target. Alright, you guys can work on the quick draw, that would be helpful. Did I see a 90? Oh no, that's 80 tons. Okay. Alright, well, we'll make our way over there in time, but for now...
I'm here.
well, our Marauder isn't going to be able to do too much. Yeah, only a Gauss rifle all the way down there, but over here, well, that we can do. 40% though is fairly abysmal. 60 from here, 65 from there. Let's see, can we step back any further? That brings us up to 85. Okay, we really need to just worry about that Gauss rifle. The others are going to be fine. Let's see what we can do. 70% across the board. Let's see, a precision strike gives us +4, or well, -4 to shooting. That should be about 20%, so that takes us up to 90 across the board, and I think that that's the safest way to play this. That also puts a little bit of terrain between us and direct fire from over there, so I think that that's the smartest play. Let's go ahead and see if we can remove the Orion.
Primary targets have been destroyed.
Alright, so that's that done away with, which is excellent. The Lion Combat Officer, all targets down. Let's get out of here, head for evac. Alright, so they didn't really do as much as I thought that they could have done.
Yes, Commander.
But I guess there's still technically distractions. We can get some alright shots over here on the quick draw, and I suppose we may as well try. Yeah, there's absolutely no downsides to attempting this. Let's see, 75, 60. Yeah, it's much of a muchness, so you know what? Sure, let's just move over here. Just that way we don't... oh, actually, you know what? No. We can run up the hill on the next one. That'll work.
Moving out.
Alright, so let's see. Just a quick draw, 65, 65, 80. Alright. I wonder why we can't see more of them. I'm guessing maybe the... do they have any stealth? Either way, we'll figure that out. Let's go for the headshot. If we can, that's great. If not, oh well.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Some good stability damage at the very least. Let's
I'm
bring
receiving you.
our Highlander forwards. Yeah, there we go. Gauss and LRMs, that looks pretty good.
I'm walking here.
Oh, and they have a Victor. Alright, well that's a bit of a tanky thing. Alright, let's go ahead and I say we split the difference just to cut through some evasion. Let's see if we can get some knockdown on the quick draw. So let's see, if we do, we've got 40 stability damage from the Gauss, 40 stability, or potentially 80 stability. Yeah, 4x20. Alright, so I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll split those shots. Let's go ahead and we'll go with the LRM here. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll be lucky with the Gauss rifle. But either way, it'll still start to soften this thing. And look at that, we're cooling down immensely because we can't get our other weapons online. Let's see how we go. Oh, right, and I just remembered we don't have the breaching shot. For some reason I was thinking we had breaching shot. Probably should have fired both those at the quick draw just to knock that down.
Awaiting orders.
But oh well, it is what it is. Good news for us though.
Yes, Commander.
We still have our trusty Zeus. Let's throw some lightning at these guys. We're going to go ahead and... oh wait, no. Let's just focus all on the quick draw. No reason to separate out our fire.
He's going down.
Alright, jump jet destroyed.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Oh, okay, excellent. For a second then I was questioning why we didn't get the knockdown, but that works.
MechWarriors, show them what you got.
Alright, primary objectives complete. Argo Actual, we're headed for our evac LZ. Alright, well the good news is that's going to take you through the field of fire, so that should hopefully protect us just a fraction. Looks like they're doing everything they can to slow that down. Looks like they've pinged the Jaeger mech. Alright, well,
Commander.
good luck to you with that. Rannoch, we're not going to be able to find position here. Maybe if we get some of our other mechs out of the way, but right now we can only fire a Gauss. So I guess we're reserving.
Roger that.
We'll see if we can bring them closer to us where we can get better shots. And I'm not exactly expecting our friendly allies to be able to kill any of them too quickly. They've got a bit of terrain between them all. Alright, looks like, man, Quick Draw was able to have a turn. Alright, I was really hoping they might make the most of the LRMs and focus fire, but oh well. You can only expect so much. Alright, so back to allies. Come on, Orion. You doing anything? You're taking structural damage thanks to heat. Okay. That's entirely on the Archer for running through the radiation.
Reporting heavy fire.
I don't even think it's fired that many salvos. That's actually kind of embarrassing, really. Alright, you're still doing next to nothing. Yeah, the Archer's toasty. Yeah, definitely losing some structure, alright, but the good news is we're not paying for the repairs, so I'll let that be.
Standing by.
Alright, so let's go ahead and looks like we cannot do much of anything. We can only get the Gauss rifle on board. They've got 2 catapults, the Quick Draw and the Victor.
Ready for orders.
Let's bring the Annihilator forwards and see if we can take... do we want to see if we can take out the Victor, or maybe we take out a catapult early? You know what? Yeah.
Affirmative.
That'll do. We'll save this for Rannoch. The others we can target some of these more difficult things. Let's aim for, you know what, we'll leave the Quick Draw. That can get scrapped. It's the lightest mech here. We'll aim for the catapult as far back as possible. Let's just make sure we're selecting the right one. There we go. We'll try and get a headshot. If we get it, that's nice. If not, oh well.
Copy that.
Well, we definitely did more than a little bit of damage right there. That awesome, with all of those LRMs still contributing nothing. Oh, 3 points of structure away from destroying it. Oh man.
Waiting for orders.
Cover's always got to get in the way. Alright, well... You know what, I suppose we may as well take a shot at the... catapult or catapult? Oh, we've got some pretty good shots here. You know, let's use our jump jets. Can we get close enough to bring those pulses online? It does not look like we can, so I guess we won't. Let's just walk. Let's just walk and we'll see if we can... Yeah, you know what, we'll go for the catapult.
Move order received.
If we can get the headshot, that's fantastic. That'll be a kill. But at the same time, too, if not, our LRMs and SRMs should be enough to knock that thing down, which will be an injury. And there's a good chance we could take out a torso, too. Or, of course, we could just ping it with the
Target
gas
eliminated.
rifle. Okay, well, that'll do. That will do indeed.
Reporting.
Alright, well, that kind of changes
Yes, Commander.
what I wanted to do with you guys. I guess we could go ahead and move up here. We'll have phenomenal shots on the next round. We're going to be nice and cool. Let's see, the right side. Yeah, that'll be fairly protected, so this isn't even going to matter. Yeah, there we go.
On my way.
Shuffle on up over there. That'll do fine. Nice and cool once again.
Yes, Commander.
We'll bring our Zeus over... Oh, you know what? Maybe this is one of those situations where we just go for the quick draw and then maybe send a... We send a... I don't know, an LRM or a pulse laser at the other just to cut through the evasion. Yeah, I think that'll do. So let's see, quick draw. We're probably going to be pretty quick to kill that thing. Let's fire off... what does the least amount of damage? It's about 60. These do 50. So you know what? Sure. Let's go ahead and we'll throw a pulse at the catapult.
Target acquired and locked in.
Alright, so left torso down. Another injury done. The catapult taking a bit of damage to its armor. Resolve is nice and up again. Our friendlies are doing absolutely nothing. But they are taking up a bit of time, but it is what it is.
Receiving you.
Alright, Rennick, here in the Marauder. Do you go ahead and take out the catapult? I don't think we do. Let's aim for the Victor. After all, that Victor is going to be the best salvage. Alright, well, it was the idea anyway. Alright, catapult, what are you targeting? Oh, revealing everybody. Huh. Okay, and you just keep on running. Well, I suppose if they're happy to turn their back to incoming fire, I guess that's their choice. Not exactly known for as a brilliant tactic for MechWarriors, but I suppose to each their own. Alright, looks like the Victor's finally moving on up. Nope. Big hits there against the Jaeger mech. Structure is exposed. Probably want to minimize that doing any more. So what do we need? 26 points of damage.
Orders?
Alright, so obviously Big Man here could do a fair chunk of damage.
I'm receiving you.
But I think we might leave this to the Highlander. We've got more chances with more weapons. Otherwise we have, what is it?
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and use
Commander?
Archangel here. We're going to go ahead and step forwards. We're going to go for a full salvo.
Confirmed.
Yeah, we don't need too much in the way of head hits for this to be lethal. Any of these small pulses will do. Medium lasers will... Oh, okay. You know, as long as we get one or a combination of two, we'll be fine.
Reporting critical hit.
Alright, well, I guess that's not the case, but again, in the interest of salvage, we shall let that thing be. Let's
up,
take
boss?
the Annihilator and, well, annihilate? 45% though, that's pretty sad. Although we only need one hit. Yeah, you know, tossing the coin that many times will be fine. Let's roll.
Locking in all weapon systems. Target's taking a critical hit.
Hold your horses. Did we just stray shot our own friendly? No, that's a Capellan. Oh, they have an extra mech than I thought. Okay. Never mind. I thought for a second they only had 2 mechs left, and turns out they have 3. Alright, well, you know what? That's fine. We'll,
Yes, Commander.
you know what? Let's get that Zeus on board. Let's fire everything at the
Move
quick
order
draw.
received.
We can do, what, 100 points of damage between the 2 lasers. That's more than enough. And then let's go LRMs against the catapult. That seems acceptable.
Locking on target.
Alright, solid work there. There goes the right leg, the right torso, the CT. Oh yeah.
Mech destroyed.
That
Hell
pilot
yes.
is incapacitated for certain. Alright. Looks like you're running around playing all silly games with the electronic warfare. The catapult. How very rude, is aiming at Rannick.
Losing armor.
Alright, you know what? This is the last round of things anyway. We can manage.
For orders.
Let's go ahead and we'll take a step back for a second. Yeah, 95% across the board. We should have this. Yeah, I don't think we turn around any other way. Otherwise, we're going to get shot in the back. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see. Where were we? Over here. All right. And that hits from the front as well, so that maximizes our chances for that headshot. 35% instead of 33 from attacking from the side. All that we need is one of these things to hit, and we are done.
Locking in. All weapons.
Alright, and there we go. Managed to kill the meat and save the medal.
Eliminated.
That's what we want. Alright, so the last of our allies are just going to keep on running because apparently they don't really know how to fight in this one. So, you know, they can trundle along and do their thing. And then hopefully... I don't know, they're doing their thing. Okay. Still not quite done.
Standing
Here
by.
we go. We can
I'm ready.
we can bring our Highlander up. Let's go ahead and use our jump jets. We're going to get nice and close.
Affirmative.
We can vent our coolant if needed, and it does look like that will work for us. Yeah, probably a bit of overkill, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and fire everything we've got. Let's see if we can put this thing out of its misery. Alright, so,
Critical hit, Commander.
that is, by some miracle, still standing. It looks like, had an extra missile struck, we would have knocked that thing down or swept the leg.
What's up, boss?
Alright, I guess we bring the Zeus on up.
Location acknowledged.
Alright, let's just, you know, we've got to turn off one weapon. Let's just drop the, I don't know, we'll drop a pulse, that'll be fine.
Target acquired and locked in.
Alright, legs down, torso is out,
That's a critical hit.
knockdowns here. Its initiative is reduced to 1. Yeah, Rannick's going to be able to finish this thing off, or we can go ahead and... Oh, you know what, let's just stand over this thing and
Location confirmed.
we'll put it down. Let's turn off the UAC-10 and... That'll do. Let's...
Hostile removed.
There we do. That will do. Alright, all targets eliminated. Sit tight and can collect from where you are right now.
Mission successful.
Alright, that is what we want. A very solid and successful mission is exactly what we were desiring. And no real injuries to speak of. No, don't get me wrong, we definitely burned through a bit of armor, but we are fine. Alright, so, extra payments for destroying additional forces and ensuring that everybody survived. An extra bit of money, up to 200,000 sea bills. Everybody got kills, how very delightful. We did almost lose a little bit on that Highlander's arm. The Marauder took a bit of a beating to its torso and arm as well. But all in all, considering the lack of help from our friends, we did particularly well. Alright, but either way, let's go ahead and pick up the Victor. That is, of course, our best salvage available. Then from there, let's see, 70-ton mechs, or... Oh, no, we have 75 with the Orion. We'll take 2 full mechs home, thank you very much. One assault, 1 heavy. Let's see how the dice roll goes. Well, we have collected an extra part of Catapult C4, so we can sell one of those off. We gained a full Grasshopper. We have a whole bunch of extra weapons as well. Some arm mods. Yeah, all in all, that's the fact that they gave us a completed mech in one. That's incredibly rare for the game to be that generous. But I am not going to say anything about that because I am quite content. Yeah. Let's not draw attention to it, otherwise the game will of course try to, I don't know, seek some kind of equilibrium, which is never a good thing for us. But either way, once Yang finishes having a bit of a look at all of our mechs, we can go ahead, throw some of them into storage, and we're going to need to find a new place for work.
That mech you wanted is that mech you
All
wanted
right,
is back
so
online.
there we go. We'll go ahead and we'll throw those into yeah, we'll go ahead and throw those into storage. That will be all a-okay. Alright, grasshopper as well. Alright, so with all of that, yeah, there's really not too much we need to do. So let's head to the mech bay. I believe we have a couple of slight upgrades that we can boost on up. I believe in our components, weapon-wise, we've got a couple of SRMs at the most damaging that they will ever get for SRMs 4s, 2s, and 6s. So we'll go ahead and equip those. I also believe we have an ultra autocannon or two that we might be able to install. That wouldn't be bad either. And yeah, I think that is what we'll do. So I'll just pause things here. I'll quickly find what we need to upgrade, and yeah, I'll show you. Well, I'll tell you what we did after I do it. Alright, see you in a second. Alright, so I'm most of the way through refitting our mechs, but we are here for our rifleman. I've gone ahead and upgraded it, so we've changed things around quite substantially. So I'll show you with what we've done, and yeah, you can see for yourself exactly how it looks. So first of all, we dropped off those UAC2s. Don't get me wrong, they were doing, you know, mediocre damage at distance, but, you know, at the end of the day, we could do a whole heap more. So what I have gone ahead and done is we've gone ahead and installed a couple of UAC 5s. So our range is still remarkably long, but we are punching just that little bit harder, which is always good. And we've also taken less recoil, and we've got some extra weight to play with. So with that, I've gone ahead and thrown in a whole bunch of medium lasers. We've taken off the large lasers. They were a nice combination, but I think if anything gets close, we need to be able to destroy it fairly safely. Let's just say that. So we've got 4 medium lasers, which will be able to do a decent amount of damage there. And if anything gets close, we've also got 2 small lasers. Now, the heat efficiency does look a whole heap better, but it's kind of an interesting swing compared to, yeah, it's a different kind of weapon as to the other mechs we've got, because we've gone ahead and thrown on a heat bank. So we do still have our original heatsink, which has been shuffled around, so we do 33 heat sinking. If we just fire off our UACs at long range, we will not be generating any heat. And if for some reason something gets particularly close, we have enough firepower to basically help out the rest of the lance while we deal with that issue, and then go back to our role of, you know, maintaining a decent distance. But if the worst should happen, I don't want to have to hold off on some of our weapons. We need to pump out as much damage as we could possibly do. So we're going with the heat bank, which I do not use at all, more or less. We also have 3 tons of AC5 ammo. Each bin containing 15 rounds would be, you know, we'll call it 7 rounds of ammunition for each gun. So 3 tons split between the 2 UAC 5s. That should give us roughly about 10-11 rounds worth of ammunition, which I think is pretty decent. We also do get the bonus from our rangefinder suite that we take less recoil penalty as well. So these autocannons are going to be phenomenal. And, oh, that's right, those small lasers, extra accuracy, just on the off chance that we really need to employ them. I'd rather have them be accurate. So that is our rifleman done away with. Our assassin, I did go ahead and change this a little bit as well. We did have some SRM2s with extra, what do we call it? Extra damage. Was it +4, I think it was. So we upgraded the previous SRM2 to the better version, and we also dropped the medium laser. It turns out we can do more damage if we just have 2 SRM2s on there, which are highly modified. So that's what we'll do. We can still zip around and do that. We still have small lasers and that intercept system. Our Griffin 2N, we've also upgraded, I believe it was the SRM-4 to one that now deals maximum damage alongside the other SRMs that were there. The Highlander, what did we do there? Oh, that's right, we upgraded our basic medium lasers into ones that were slightly higher modified, and I think that's probably about everything we needed to do. So unless I can figure something out that I really want to throw on one of our mechs, I think that's going to be pretty much all she wrote. Yeah, alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and we'll call that there. I'm sure we could probably min-max a few more other things, but for now, it's going to be perfectly fine. Let's head over to... Oh, wait a second. Let's head to the store before we go to navigation. I know what I'm like. We could jump away before I have a proper look. Alright, so... a heat exchanger. You know what? That is definitely something we were desiring to purchase. We're going to go ahead and buy that right about now. Always worth the money.
New equipment available.
And then, let's see, the heat bank. I feel like we already had one of those and we just used it, so I'm not really too concerned about all of this. Do we need a replacement? Possibly, probably not, but you know what? It's relatively cheap. We'll buy one just in case.
New
And,
equipment available.
yeah, that way we have it if we need it. Other than that, the weapons and, well, there's nothing else really here for us. Let's head to navigation. So, what we're going to do is we have a few options available around us. We have a flashpoint that's expiring in about, what, half a year, give or take. You are only here for the next 85 days. Alright, so I think we're going to work on that. That's nice and close. Let's swing up over here past the black market. We've got some potential challenge here. We can pick up some contracts. That should be fairly good. 19 days of travel is not too bad, all things considered, but that will, of course, get us to a new black market, potentially new work, new toys, and we can also go ahead and get closer to that flashpoint. So when we're finished here, we can at least make some money nice and quickly. Alright, Mercenaries, the game. In the middle of the afternoon, you find Archangel hunkered in the arcade playing Mercenaries, a tie-in to the popular Holovid show. Commander, have you played this game yet? Maybe a touch it's a little too close to home. See, I'm managing my mercenary company in the periphery. Over his shoulder, you see charts and data and little icons representing all the mechs he has at his disposal. You flash back to Darius' recent rundown of monthly expenses. I'm a bit stuck. What should I do? Alright, well, you know what? Let's just tell him to go to the training modules. I think that's a fairly easy way of doing things. Why not? So, Archangel, you're never going to make it as a MechWarrior if you're goofing off playing make-believe mercenary. Get your butt in the training modules and learn some real skills. Looking chastised, he apologizes and hurries out of the arcade. He doesn't even pause to log out of the game. Glancing at the screen, you see it's only a couple more days until his blackjack is refitted and his best MechWarrior is healed up, and there is one more juicy contract available in the system. But Archangel, he does gain some more experience, which, you know what,
I've got the
may as well. Alright, so let's pay everybody their regular costs. There's really no reason to mess around with anything there. Let's just get that sorted. It looks like our rifleman is about to be completed as of tomorrow, today? Or maybe it's now, I don't know. Depends when the cinematic finishes. There we have it.
That job you asked for, Commander.
And then it's only another week of travel, which isn't too bad. That should mean that we will make it to the flashpoint before the next contract. So, yeah, I think I'll be fairly happy with that. Although, yes, I will make sure I double check that between videos, just so we don't accidentally spend more money than we could afford. But either way, nonetheless, we are at our new location. And as there is a black market, we will go ahead and visit there first. So, let's go ahead and check it out. What do we see? Well, in the regular store, nothing too fancy of anything. A machine gun with extra shots? You know what, why not? We can always equip that to a mech.
Available.
Basic heat management, basic 25 meters for a rangefinder? Eek, that's actually not very good at all. But either way, we'll leave all that. Let's check out the black market. Alright, so we see an Annihilator. We've already got one of those. An 8Q. Yep. Good old classic awesome. There's a Banshee. Actually, let's have a bit of a look. Do I need one of those? Yeah, actually, the answer is yes to both of these. We could buy one of each. That wouldn't be bad for our roster. The Battlemaster, we do not need. No, we've already got one of those. Let's see, Cyclopses. No. Hatchetmen. Highlanders. I think we're looking pretty good. Although, what is this? An ER medium laser with extra damage. You know what? That does sound tempting. A large laser with extra accuracy and damage. Also not a bad combination. Let's see. Anything else that's particularly desirable? Oh, medium pulse. Less heat, more accuracy. That's not bad. PPCs we don't need. SRMs, we've already got a few of these in storage. No? Okay, well, I guess we could go ahead and buy that as well. But we're not going to do any of this just yet. I think the main thing we do is we'll end up checking out... Oh, wait a second. We even got any mechs to sell? That is the question. I didn't think about things. Yeah, we've got a catapult we can get rid of. You know, let's just quickly have a rough idea as to how much money we have in the bank. We did pick up, what was it, 3 mechs in the last one. So that would be worth checking out. Let's see, is there any other ones? Yep, there goes an Orion. And I think that's about all. Not that it's particularly necessary that we get it all sorted out immediately, but it's good to have a rough idea as to how a monetary situation is looking. Alright, so you know what, we've got a good 5 million C-bills. I'm not sure whether we want to buy maybe one of those Banshee chassis or some of those weapons, so I think we will call it there for today, and we'll come back with a contract in the next one. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.